Zoe Saldana isn't just a movie star, and she's a cinematic powerhouse. Few actors have shaped modern blockbuster culture the way she has. From the jungles of Pandora to the farthest corners of the Marvel Universe, she's brought emotion, depth, and humanity to roles that could have easily been lost behind makeup, costumes, or CGI. Today, we're counting down the 10 best roles of Zoe Saldana, performances that defined her career and changed how we see science fiction, action, and female strength on screen. When Avatar first hit theaters in 2009, audiences around the world were mesmerized, not only by James Cameron's breathtaking Pandora, but by Zoe Saldana's extraordinary performance as Neytiri, the fierce yet deeply compassionate Na'vi princess. Through the groundbreaking magic of motion capture, Saldana transcended blue pixels and digital artistry to deliver a soul-stirring performance full of fire, love, and heartbreak. Her every movement, every glance carried emotional weight, from the pain of losing her home to the tenderness of teaching Jake Sully what it means to truly see. In the way of water, she returned more powerful and layered than ever. A mother, a warrior, a protector of her family and her world. Her transformation mirrors the evolution of Pandora itself, richer, more vibrant, and undeniably alive. Across both films, which together grossed over $5 billion and earned multiple Oscars, Neytiri remains the emotional heartbeat of the saga. Critics often say that through Zoe Saldana, the Na'vi stopped being CGI creations and became something real, living, breathing symbols of connection, courage, and love. When Zoe Saldana first stepped into the role of Gamora, the deadly green-skinned assassin raised by the tyrant Thanos, she redefined what it means to be both fierce and vulnerable on screen. Across Guardians of the Galaxy, Infinity War, Endgame, and Guardians Volume 3, Saldana built one of the MCU's most emotionally complex characters, a warrior torn between her past as a killer and her desire to become something better. Beneath the sharp blades and stoic expression lies a woman haunted by trauma, guilt, and the desperate need for freedom. Not just from her father, but from who she used to be. Saldana's performance gives Gamora a striking humanity. She's the moral compass of the Guardians, the anchor that holds together a group of cosmic misfits, and the heart that keeps Star-Lord grounded. Whether she's facing down Thanos with pure rage or rediscovering herself after death in Volume 3, every moment feels raw and real. It's no wonder audiences connected with her journey, one of redemption, love, and self-discovery. With over $7 billion in global box office and an MTV Movie Award for Best On-Screen Duo with Chris Pratt, Gamora isn't just another Marvel hero. She's proof that even the deadliest assassin can have the most human soul. When Zoe Saldana took on the role of Nyota Uhura in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek reboot, she wasn't just stepping into a legendary uniform. She was carrying forward one of science fiction's most iconic legacies. Originally portrayed by Nichelle Nichols, Uhura was a groundbreaking symbol of diversity and empowerment in the 1960s. Saldana's version honors that legacy while giving it a bold, emotional, and thoroughly modern pulse. Her Uhura isn't just a background officer, she's a linguistic prodigy, a calm strategist under pressure, and a woman unafraid to challenge even Captain Kirk when the stakes are high. Across Star Trek 2009, Into Darkness 2013, and Beyond 2016, Saldana infuses Uhura with both strength and sensitivity. She portrays a brilliant communicator who bridges not only alien languages, but also the emotional gaps between her crewmates. Her chemistry with Spock adds a new emotional layer to the story, showing how love and logic can coexist even in the farthest corners of space. Critics praised her for revitalizing a classic character with intelligence, charisma, and grace. The reboot series earned an Academy Award for visual effects and a 94% approval on Rotten Tomatoes. And much of its heart comes from Saldana's presence. Her Uhura reminds us that true leadership isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the calm voice that keeps the stars within reach. In Emilia Pérez, Zoe Saldana takes an unexpected and daring leap, trading outer space battles for the tangled world of crime, gender identity, and redemption. She plays Rita, a weary lawyer trapped in a moral labyrinth when she's hired by a Mexican cartel leader who wants to disappear and reemerge as the woman he's always felt himself to be. What begins as a legal job spirals into an emotional and ethical storm, forcing Rita to confront her own ambitions, regrets, and sense of justice. This role is unlike anything Saldana has done before. It's a musical, yes, but one drenched in tension, heartbreak, and surreal beauty. For the first time, Saldana not only acts but sings, revealing a new layer of artistry that caught critics off guard. Her performance blends grit and compassion, portraying a woman torn between survival and conscience, loyalty and liberation. The film's premiere at the Cannes Film Festival drew standing ovations, and critics hailed Saldana's nuanced portrayal as one of her most mature performances to date. Her work in Emilia, Pérez earned her the 2025 Critics' Choice Award for Best Supporting Actress, a recognition that cements her status not just as an action star, but as a performer capable of profound emotional depth. Through Rita, Saldana reminds audiences that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it sings. In From Scratch, Zoe Saldana strips away the layers of sci-fi spectacle and superhero armor to deliver one of the most heartfelt performances of her career. Based on the real-life memoir by Tembi Locke, the series follows Amy, an American artist who falls in love with a Sicilian chef, only to face love, loss, and the long road toward healing. It's a deeply human story about how grief and beauty can coexist, and how food, family, and faith can help mend a broken heart. Saldana's portrayal of Amy feels deeply personal. Her performance radiates sincerity as she balances joy and devastation with quiet intensity. Through subtle gestures and unspoken moments, she captures the vulnerability of a woman learning to live again after unimaginable pain. The chemistry between Saldana and Eugenio Mastrandrea makes their love story feel real and lived in, while the breathtaking Italian landscapes amplify the emotional richness of the series. Critics praised From Scratch for its emotional authenticity and warmth, earning an impressive 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. The show was nominated for multiple NAACP Image Awards, highlighting its cultural and emotional impact. For Saldana, this role was more than just a performance. It was a reflection of her own artistry and empathy. As Amy, she reminds us that even in loss, there's beauty in remembering, and strength in moving forward. In Special Ops Lioness, Zoe Saldana delivers a commanding and emotionally complex performance as Jo, a highly skilled operative navigating the dangerous, high-stakes world of modern espionage. Jo is not just a soldier. She's a strategist, a leader, and a woman grappling with loyalty, morality, and personal sacrifice in a realm where trust is a rare commodity. Zoe brings remarkable depth to the character, balancing steely determination with glimpses of vulnerability that make Jo feel profoundly human. Every calculated decision, every tense moment of combat or negotiation, is informed by Zoe's nuanced understanding of character, showing us that beneath the tactical precision lies a person wrestling with the consequences of her actions. Her physicality in action sequences is matched by a sharp emotional intelligence, creating a heroine who feels real, lived in, and unforgettable. Critics praised Zoe for transforming what could have been a conventional action role into a layered, multi-dimensional character. Her portrayal highlights the emotional toll of covert operations, making Jo more than a figure of strength. She becomes a lens through which the audience experiences courage, fear, and resilience. With Special Ops, Lioness, Zoe Saldana proves once again that she can command both blockbuster-level spectacle and intimate human drama, solidifying her status as one of the most versatile and compelling actresses working today. In Colombiana, Zoe Saldana steps into one of her most electrifying and emotionally charged roles. Cataleya Restrepo, a woman forged in the fire of violence and vengeance. After witnessing the brutal murder of her parents as a child, Cataleya grows up to become a deadly assassin, navigating the criminal underworld with precision, intelligence, and an unrelenting thirst for justice. Directed by Olivier Megaton and produced by Luc Besson, the film blends high-octane action with a surprisingly intimate character study, and Saldana stands at its core like a flame, both beautiful and dangerous. What makes her performance unforgettable is the duality she brings to Cataleya. Beneath the steely exterior lies a wounded soul still haunted by the ghosts of her past. Every movement, every glance carries the weight of a lifetime spent running from pain while chasing redemption. Saldana's physicality is mesmerizing. She moves with the grace of a dancer and the precision of a predator. Yet her emotional depth keeps the story grounded in something painfully human. With Colombiana, Saldana solidified her reputation as one of Hollywood's most powerful action stars, capable of combining strength with genuine emotion. She isn't just an Avenger, she's a survivor. Critics praised her commanding screen presence, and audiences were drawn to the raw energy she brought to the role. In a genre often dominated by men, Colombiana proved that Zoe Saldana could not only match their intensity, she could surpass it. In The Adam Project, Zoe Saldana once again proves that she doesn't need hours of screen time to make a lasting impression. As Laura, the courageous wife of Ryan Reynolds' time-traveling pilot, she becomes the emotional heartbeat of a story built on science fiction spectacle and nostalgic adventure. While the film plays with time travel, lost futures, and second chances, Zoe grounds it in something deeply human: love, loss, and the quiet courage of letting go. Her scenes are few but powerful, radiating warmth and strength. When Laura and Adam finally reunite in the chaos of battle, the chemistry between Saldana and Reynolds delivers one of the movie's most heartfelt and heartbreaking moments. What could have been a typical supporting role becomes a soulful anchor. Zoe gives Laura depth. She's not just the hero's lost love, but a woman who fights for what's right, even when she knows she may never see the outcome. Released on Netflix, The Adam Project quickly became a global top 10 hit in 2022, praised for its mix of humor, heart, and high-concept storytelling. And while the film is filled with big names and big effects, it's Zoe Saldana's gentle yet powerful performance that keeps its heart beating. A reminder that sometimes the smallest roles carry the biggest emotional weight. In the chaotic comedy Death at a Funeral, Zoe Saldana steps away from sci-fi worlds and action-packed universes to showcase her flair for sharp, grounded comedy. She plays Elaine, a woman caught in the middle of the most disastrous funeral imaginable, complete with family drama, hidden secrets, and one very unexpected hallucinogenic mix-up. Zoe brings warmth, charm, and impeccable comedic timing to the role, acting as the emotional anchor in a story filled with outrageous situations. What makes her performance stand out is how effortlessly she balances sincerity with humor. Elaine isn't just there for laughs. Zoe gives her the heart and relatability that keeps the madness from going off the rails. Surrounded by a powerhouse comedic cast including Chris Rock, Tracy Morgan, Martin Lawrence, and James Marsden, Zoe never gets lost in the chaos. Instead, she shines through it, proving she can hold her own in an ensemble of comedy icons. Death at a Funeral may be wild, loud, and hilariously absurd, but Zoe Saldana's performance adds a touch of elegance and real emotion, reminding us that comedy, when done right, needs truth at its center. Before she conquered galaxies and danced across billion-dollar franchises, Zoe Saldana found her rhythm in Drumline, the vibrant, high-energy film that marked her breakout role. As Laila, the confident and ambitious upperclassman at a historically black college, Zoe brought charm, wit, and grace to a story pulsing with music, competition, and heart. Laila isn't just the love interest. She's a woman with her own drive and goals, someone who balances romance with responsibility and ambition. Through her performance, Zoe captured the raw energy of youth, the passion to succeed, the tension between love and independence, and the courage to stand tall in a world that's testing your rhythm. Her natural chemistry with Nick Cannon gave the film its emotional spark, while her expressive presence added depth to what could have been a simple campus romance. Even then, Zoe showed the same screen magnetism that would define her later career, the ability to blend vulnerability with strength and lightness with purpose. Drumline became a surprise hit, celebrated for its infectious soundtrack and uplifting message about teamwork, identity, and pride. For Zoe Saldana, it was more than just a debut. It was a launchpad. This was the film that announced her to Hollywood as a star in the making, a performer who could command the screen with authenticity and charisma long before Pandora or the Marvel Universe came calling. From Blue Aliens to Green Warriors, from space cadets to grieving lovers, Zoe Saldana has done it all. She's one of the few actors in history to star in 3 multi-billion-dollar franchises, Avatar, Marvel, Star Trek, and still deliver heartfelt performances in intimate dramas. She's not just a face of modern cinema, she's its emotional core. Zoe Saldana reminds us that even in the most spectacular worlds, it's humanity, not technology, that makes a story unforgettable. Which Zoe Saldana role is your favorite? Neytiri's fierce heart? Gamora's redemption? Or perhaps her raw honesty in From Scratch? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more deep dives into the world of cinema's brightest stars.